How does one showcase eyebrows? Hello lovely people and welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, I'm Poppy. Hey! So in today's video I am lucky enough to be teaming up with Benefit. So it's National Brow Day on the 2nd of October. I can't believe it's almost October. What? And in celebration of it being National Brow Day very soon, Benefit was lovely enough to send me their entire brow range. So really appreciate it, thank you. So I've had a bit of a play with all of the products and I've picked out my favourite brow products, and I now have a whole new brow routine. And I am so happy with the products. So today I'm just going to show you how I sort of do my brows and the products that I use. I cannot speak highly enough of their brow products. It was actually super hard even just choosing which ones I was going to use in this video because they were all genuinely amazing. So yeah, if you'd like to see how I do my eyebrows, then just keep watching. All right, here, let's get started. I've done this eyebrow and I haven't done this eyebrow. So I will do this eyebrow. So with my brows, I really like them to be soft yet somewhat defined. So what I like to do is I like to use a combination of 3 different products so I can get the definition, but I can still also keep it quite soft as well. So in terms of the products that I'm going to be using today, I'm going to start off with the Foolproof Brow Powder, which is going to give me that very soft look to begin with. I then like to define it slightly with a pencil, and then I'm going to go in with a gel to hold all the brow hairs in place. So step 1 for me is always powder. I like to go on with the powder first, which is going to soften the brow. So I'm going to use the Foolproof Brow Powder. This is a new brow product from Benefit and it is freaking awesome! So good. Love you. Does come with a little spoolie here and then a little mini brush. So I'm going to start off using their angled brush as opposed to this little spoolie to begin with. I am going to use this though. I just kind of like to get that lower edge quite defined and quite sharp, and I just think it's a little bit easier to do that with an angled brush. Going in with the lighter colour, and I always like to start on the lower edge of the brow and get that quite defined. Then kind of bring the product upwards a little bit. I have quite like a few little sparse areas here, so I do need to apply a little bit more product just to even out my brows. And just kind of do little ticking motions, and then yeah, focusing the majority of that product, not right at the start, but sort of starting about, was that like ½ centimetre into the brow? And so you can see with the powder that what it does is it automatically just kind of fills it in and gives you that little bit of definition, but it doesn't look like you've got the really intense, sharp Instagram kind of brows. So yeah, I just kind of like having them quite soft, and then I like to brush it through. And this just kind of disperses the product throughout the brow so you don't get any kind of chunks. I'm then going to go in with the darker colour. Once again, starting at the bottom part of the brow, just on that arch, and kind of filling in and defining the tail of the brow. So that way you get slightly lighter and then it transitions into a darker colour. And this is where the little spoolie comes in handy. So I then like to go back into that lighter colour and just soften the front part of the brow. And the reason why I love this is because it doesn't apply a lot, and when it does apply it, it just blends everything so it doesn't look really sharp and really harsh. It's just a really great way of kind of blending out the front part so you get that very natural finish. And then if you find that the edges are a little bit too sharp, then you can actually go over with this and kind of soften them out a little bit as well. That is step 1. Step 2 is the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. Now, I have been alternating between these two, so the Goof Proof and the Precisely My Brow. The main difference is that the Goof Proof is a little bit thicker, whereas the Precisely More Brown is, as the name suggests, more precise. So I am going to go in with the Goof Proof, just because it's a little bit thicker in terms of the length and the thickness of it, I guess, like the area. It just gets more product on quicker, and yeah, I just kind of like it just to kind of go over those edges and create that little bit of extra definition. That's a little bit sharper than just using the powder on its own. And the other great thing that I love about this pencil is that it is waterproof as well. So up in this top part of my brow, I find that the hair, like there's not as many hairs there, so it just looks a little bit sparse compared to the other areas, and it's especially true on this brow. Unfortunately, like this whole area here, it's lacking brow hairs. Could be because I accidentally waxed off half my eyebrow a few months ago, but you know. So I'm gonna start at the top. And just gonna fill in these little bits here, just to make it that little bit more defined. And then at the start of the brow, just doing some little ticking motions. And I'm going to go back in with the little spoolie from the Goof Proof, not from the Goof Proof, from the Foolproof, and just soften this again. And then that does have a spoolie on the end of it too. So just really gently brushing that through. And then, this is one of my favorites, it's so cute. This is the Gimme Brow, but this is really, really cool because what it does is it kind of just like sets your eyebrows, but it also has these tiny little fibers in there that make your brows look fuller than they actually are, which is definitely something that I need and is very, very helpful for people who, yeah, do have maybe like patches in their eyebrows or just sparser eyebrows in general. I just can't believe how much of a difference this has made. Like, as sad as this is, I get excited to put it on every morning. It's like, oh, it's Gimme Brow time. I need to get alive. All right, so I'm not going to start right at the beginning because sometimes I find that when you first initially go on, it applies the most amount of product. So I like to just dip it in once and then sort of start a little bit further away rather than right at the start. And then you do lots of little ticking motions and you kind of just go in the direction that the brow hairs grow naturally. And then without dipping it in again, I'm just going to use the excess to use right at the front of the brow. And then just using the tip to really get that kind of outer tail as well. So that is it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about any of the products or any video requests, please let me know in the comments below. Make sure that you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I do have an Instagram account as well where I do lots of little mini reviews on the Instagram stories of different products. So make sure to check that out as well if you're feeling a little bit bored. So yeah, as I said before, I hope you guys like this video and I will speak to you in my next one.